Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Beretta 9mm USA here, and today we're going to bring you a versus video. This is going to be the Smith & Wesson Model 19 Carry Comp versus the Chiappa Rhino. It's a white Rhino 30DS. That review is coming up next. Currently, the Rhino is riding in a TT gun leather holster. Excellent quality on those two. Check them out. We're using a Sig Sauer Elite Performance 357 Magnum ammunition. It is 125 grain and it's traveling at 1450 feet per second, so it's moving out pretty good. Guys, to start off this versus video, we're going to start with the white Rhino here. I currently have it in a TT gun leather holster, so let's go ahead and start with it. And then over here is the Smith & Wesson Model 19 Carry Comp. Again, it's in a TT gun leather holster right now. Left side, borrowed from young Beretta.
Yep.
Let's see how this feels.
Recoil and pulse, which one feels smoother?
I think the Smith & Wesson trigger is much smoother on this. This is a little bit nicer to shoot. Recoil, about the same, maybe a little bit less with the Rhino because of the way the Rhino was set up. No mistaking, this is a beautiful Smith & Wesson right here.
Alright guys, let's go over overall quality right now. Let's start with the Smith & Wesson. The Smith & Wesson Model 19 Carry Comp has an all-steel construction. It's very, very nice, very high quality. Versus the Chiappa White Rhino here being mainly made out of aluminum alloy. You do have a steel reinforcement right here in the back as far as your recoil plate, and then of course your cylinder is steel, and so is your barrel. The high use of aluminum alloy keeps the weight of this Chiappa Rhino down on this revolver. The Chiappa weighs in at 27.7 ounces versus the Smith & Wesson weighing in at 34.2 ounces.
The Carry Comp, it is a 6-shot. And it is a performance center gun, guys.
Smith & Wesson Model 19 Carry Comp up first. Okay. All right, Chiappa White Rhino right afterwards. I think that you feel it a little bit more in the hand with this actually compared to the Carry Comp. It's just the disruption in my hand when the gun's going off because this grip is obviously slightly different. It could also be because of this revolver being, mainly aluminum alloy, and that's why I'm getting some perceived recoil in the hand through this grip. But that's just my thought.
All right, so let's go with lockup here. How is the lockup on both of these revolvers? First, the Smith & Wesson. It is fantastic on this Smith. No question about it. Very, very nice. As far as the Chiappa Rhino here, just a tiny bit of movement. That one was really good. That's really good. So a couple of them have just a little bit of movement to it, as you saw right there. So better lockup, I guess, would go to the Smith & Wesson, but it is close between the two. Both of these revolvers are chambered in 357 Magnum, so you can also shoot the less powerful 38 Special and 38 Special Plus P. Today's video is sponsored by Core Essentials. Core Essentials makes one of the best gun belts on the market today. I've been using their gun belt products since 2016. I thoroughly believe in their belt products, and that's why we are excited to work with them now. I'm currently using the new tactical reinforced nylon belt from Core Essentials. The nylon webbing outer layer is rated up to 500 pounds. It is a very strong belt. The reinforced power core center and super fiber inner lining make this unique belt durable and stiff enough to support small to medium to even larger handguns. The belt itself is rated up to 8 pounds maximum. Of course, I am exceeding that with my duty belt setup here. This is what the belt looks like while wearing my duty belt over top of it. And guys, here's the core belt being used inside of a full duty belt. So it's strong enough to support that. It's definitely strong enough to support your CCW firearm. So now let's cover the belts and go over the system and the buckles themselves. All of Core's belts are 800% more adjustable than your old traditional belts. These trackline belts have over 40 sizing positions to choose from. You just pull the extra belt material through the buckle and you get that precise fit. You can press the belt buckle's quick release tab to loosen the belt. These features make it very easy to find that perfect fit, no matter what your size. The adjustments in the belt's track is made every 1/4 of an inch, making it very versatile indeed. The track is hidden when you wear the belt, and the track is nearly indestructible. We do not see any wear on the track belts that we have been using for over a year. The belt secured the buckle using the teeth clamps and 2 set screws. You've got classic style buckle designs here that do not scream tactical belt, because no one needs to know you're carrying a concealed weapon. Core Essentials offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 1-year warranty on their products. My current setup is running the X4 stainless steel buckle and a tactical reinforced gun belt. The whole package goes for a little bit less than $63 after you use the discount code B9USA. That's a real value and a good product that I have tested over time, and I highly recommend it to you guys. I will be buying several more belts coming up and giving them away as gifts, be it for a birthday or for Christmas season. So here's the 2 different color belts that are available from Core Essentials. As far as taking your gun on or off as a concealed carry person, right underneath here is the release. And it's that easy. Very strong belt. Putting it back on. And this excellent leather holster right here. And that's right, guys, I've switched over to the Dan Wesson for a concealed carry handgun. Feed it through the belt buckle, and then just grab it from this end here and pull. And you're good to go. There is no slag in this belt. It holds it really tight to your hip right here. As you can see, it sucks this 1911 up right up against my hip. This is not a light overall package right here, and the belt does an excellent job. If you do place your order, guys, make sure you use the B9USA discount code and save 10% off your entire order. Let's reload and shoot again. The Chiappa White Rhino. Up first. Alright guys, we're shooting Sig Sauer Elite Performance 357 Magnum. I gotta say, I prefer the Smith a little bit more, man. So the White Rhino's claim to fame is its lower bore axis because it fires from the 6 o'clock position right here, guys. So yes, 357 Magnum, but you're shooting from, if you will, the bottom of the barrel area, as opposed to the Smith & Wesson, of course, being much more conventional and firing from the top of the revolver, if you will.
Yeah, because the Smith & Wesson fires from the top versus the Chiappa Rhino firing from the bottom cylinder. So the actual firing pin itself is lower in the frame on the Chiappa Rhino. So
when you hold these revolvers, of course, the Smith rides more above your hand. So you've got more of the frame, of course, above your hand. So if you're looking at a bore axis type thing, you're looking at something like that with the Smith. So traditionally, you'd get a little bit more recoil going this way. Whereas the Rhino, as a direct comparison, has less of the frame and the body above the line of your hand. So when this thing recoils, mostly it comes back towards you. The recoil comes back into your hand, which the theory behind that is faster follow-up shots, a little bit better controllability of the revolver itself.
But what it also leads to is more perceived recoil into the hand. So, you may not get as much muzzle flip, but you are going to get some perceived recoil into the hand versus with the Smith & Wesson where all the recoil impulse is just going up. You're not really taking it into the hand at all.
And we found that true when we were shooting them back to back, side by side, and changing off, taking turns shooting the revolvers. We mentioned that, I think, in the shooting part of the review itself. What makes this terrific revolver close as far as recoil control and less muzzle flip is the power port, which is in the front of the barrel right here on this model. So that keeps the muzzle down when you're shooting 357 Magnum. And you guys will see that in the shooting video. If you look at one series of shots from this Smith & Wesson compared to another series of shots with the Rhino, you're going to notice that this thing is just barely more muzzle flip than the Rhino, which it's known for. So a great job by the Performance Center right here in keeping that muzzle down and allowing you to get a quick second and third shot off. Excellent design. Yes, it may be a little bit hindrance in nighttime shooting because you're going to have blasts coming out of there. But as far as daytime shooting or, you know, dusk or whatever, this thing is going to stay down for you much better than a normal 4-inch 357 Magnum.
Let's load it up here again. Okay. And back to the Smith & Wesson Model 19 carry comp. And what we're shooting here, you guys, is all 6-hourly performance ammunition, 357 Magnum ammunition. There's no question that trigger is definitely better. It's traditional Smith & Wesson Performance Center, just extremely smooth.
It is awesome.
Yeah, great return spring.
Wow. Alright,
now let's go over the grips on these revolvers. The Smith & Wesson grips here are not stock for the carry comp here. These are aftermarket Altamont grips, which are extremely high quality. They're G10 grips. The stock grips that come on this revolver are a boot style wood grip, and they are nice, but to give this revolver a full combat grip, I put these on it. The Chiappa White Rhino here has a almost wood looking grip to it, but it actually is rubber. You can see the mold line at the bottom right there. These grips right here are just big enough for me and Beretta Senior to get a full combat grip on them. So, very nice, very high quality. To be honest, as far as like comparing these grips to the wood grips that came on our previous Chiappa White Rhino, the 4-inch, I personally prefer the wood grips, but I know that Beretta Senior actually really likes these rubber grips on this pistol. Alright guys, let's go over the sights on these revolvers. The Model 19 carry comp has a very minimal combat sight picture here. You've got a tritium front night sight in the front, and your standard Smith & Wesson fully adjustable rear sight in the back. As you can see, you do have serrations down the top strap to reduce glare. Now comparing that to the Chiappa White Rhino here, you have a very high visibility sight picture, which are fiber optic sights. You have a fully adjustable rear sight for windage and elevation, and they're green fiber optics in the rear. And the front sight is a red fiber optic front sight. A very nice sight picture at the range. All right, here we go. Chiappa White Rhino. Let's do it. God damn, that burned the shit out of me. When you shoot them fast like that, or you just shoot them quite a bit over a short amount of time, guys, these wheel guns get hot, man. Super hot. I don't know how I pulled those shots, but I did. And back to the old faithful Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson just comes natural to me. Shooting it, I can shoot it fast, I can shoot it slow. I'm not pulling it off target like I appeared to with the Chiappa.
Okay guys, let's talk about triggers on the Smith & Wesson Carry Comp. Double action. As you can see, very smooth, very consistent, a great trigger spring for return. Just fantastic. One of the best Smith & Wesson triggers I've shot. So this is one of those that's just been tuned by the performance shop, and you can tell it's just excellent. So terrific trigger here, no problems at all. On the Rhino, now again, they're not really known for working on their triggers or you know, making them terrific or anything like that. It just kind of comes out the way they come out. You can tell it's pretty consistent all the way back, but it's not as smooth. A little more gritty, if you will, a little more mechanical, just not a smooth action.
A little more stack.
Just a tiny bit of stack, yeah. Just not in the same class. So I think what you get down to is the dollars that you're spending here. If you're open to either platform, this one brings a lot more to the table with the trigger for even less cost. And I think that's something you should keep in mind. All right, so let's cover real quick the price, because that always comes up in the comments, guys. So I'm trying to include that into the videos now. That way you have that information out front. At least you're gonna know what the MSRPs are for. The MSRP on the Carry Comp from Smith & Wesson comes in at $1,092. $1,092. Most of us know you can find the Smith & Wessons for at least $100 less than that usually, sometimes even a little bit more. So check your local dealer for their price and that'll help you out even more. On the 30DS White Rhino here from Chiappa, it is listed for an MSRP of $1,184. So there is a little bit of a price difference between the two, roughly about $100. I think they both bring a lot to the table, but the question is, which one do you like better as far as design? Do you like a more traditional design? Then I think you would definitely like the Smith & Wesson. If you like something that's a little more cutting edge, a little bit newer technology, something that's made in Italy, then I think you're gonna like the Chiappa. There's some people that just swear by them, they absolutely love them. For myself, and this was a surprise, I actually preferred the Smith & Wesson quite a bit more. And I know young Beretta, you did too, right?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
This is a very good example of a Smith & Wesson tuned at the Performance Center. So keep that in mind too.
And it is less money. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You're saving $100, you can go buy yourself a nice holster, you know, more ammunition to train with, whatever it may be.
Yeah. That's all very true. Easy to find parts for, lifetime warranty right here. No qualms about it. I've always heard that Smith & Wesson's customer service is excellent. So you've got to kind of weigh all that. And when you start weighing it all, the Smith & Wesson becomes the clear winner in a comparison between these two. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, Beretta 9mm USA, and support us on Patreon if you like, for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future. And remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.